YouTube, this your boy Official Bumpton Jack Dripper back on Slim Gang TV. All right, before I get started, I just want to say a couple things. First and foremost, thank you to everybody that's been tapping into my page, that's been getting me in the algorithm, that's been liking, sharing, reposting, however. I greatly appreciate that. I'm a new up-and-coming YouTuber, just trying, I work every day, so whatever little time I have when I'm not working, I try to drop a little content. Now, my page is not just based around the urban community. I like to present a plethora of things because I'm trying to reach a plethora of people out there, right? I want the blacks, I want the whites, I want the Mexicans, I even want the Klan following me, okay? I want them to say, that's one funny girl. It's all good with me as long as you like, comment, subscribe. All interaction is good interaction. Thumbs up or thumbs down, it really don't matter to me. Now, moving forward, in this content right here, we're gonna talk about some dirty rascals, some dirty cops, some flat-footers, some extraordinary Dunkin' Donut eating mother, what, huh? Oh, okay, back over here. That's right. So I hope y'all got something rolled up. Not a very long video. We're gonna ride for about 10, 15 minutes, look into this content, talk about this content, and conclude with this content. Slim Gang TV, let's go.
Corruption and abuse of power is something that happens in every working field. In today's video, we're taking a look at police officers who were caught being corrupt. Before we move into the first police officer's corruption scandal, if you guys can go down below and hit that subscribe button, I would really appreciate it. Anyways, let's move into the video. This police officer was told to investigate a vehicle. Little did he know that it was actually a bait vehicle. And when he went to the vehicle, he pocketed pills found and also over $1,000 in cash. He then reported that there was nothing in the car, yet this car was planted with the cash and the pills by the police department. All of this was even caught on the officer's body cam.
A crooked cop is caught in the act on his own body camera video. The key piece of evidence led to the conviction of a...
I'm sorry. I got one person trolling me that thinks the police are just so fabulous. He cover up. I ain't trying to get no YouTube strikes looking at all this. But he thinks the police is so fabulous. I personally think, sir, that person that's making that comment is a dirty little cop. I think you harass black people. I think you see unfortunate white people and treat them like black people. I think you're calling ICE on all the Mexicans, you little filthy rascal. That's who I think you are. But anyways, moving forward, let's get back to this content.
Former MTSU police officer just this month.
Now, the case started with a missing AR-15, and as News Channel 5's Nick Barra shows us, it ended with an elaborate sting, all caught on camera.
This is former MTSU officer Marco Burke's body cam video. As he approaches
I did not expect this. I did not expect this. This Ninja Turtle. Damn, the video started off with a black man. They couldn't have saved him for last. They just, you know what? No, it is better this way. Just go ahead and chop the nigga up real quick, then we can move on to the rest of the jive turkeys. Let's go.
Abandoned vehicle on campus last year.
No.
But what he doesn't know is that this is a sting to see what Burke would do when tempted.
What really is called an integrity test.
Chief Buddy Peaster suspected that Burke had stolen an AR-15 from an MTSU police locker, but he couldn't prove it. So Murfreesboro police set a bait car on campus along with some hidden cameras. Officer Burke was sent alone to investigate the abandoned vehicle. Watch as he zeroes in on a bottle of pills, which he pockets. Then Burke also grabs $1,100 cash and another bottle of pills. Moments later, he reports nothing unusual.
Let me stop this real quick. Hello, McFly. Hello, McFly. Is anybody home? Negro, you are wearing a full body camera. You got a walking podcast on your chest. Everything you do, all interaction is caught on tape. How dumb of, this is what I'm saying. Fuck the race of the cop, black, white, Mexican, and in between, mixed, mulatto, half-breed, tri-breed. How fucking dumb do you have to be to steal out of a car, to abuse a citizen, to misuse your authority, and knowing you are on tape? I've said this before. To be a cop, you don't even have to have a high school diploma. All you need is a GED, and you can buy those downtown LA. Let's go.
Usual. Can't sleep because of your credit card debt?
This
If you're
bitch.
drowning in $10,000 or more in debt, National Debt Relief could be a game to dispense.
Let me say this real quick. I'm not drowning in debt, but my credit card bill is due. $ Bompton Jack, BOMPTON JACK. Let's go.
There were 2 officers sentenced to 25 years and 18 years in prison. This was the biggest corruption scandal in Baltimore police history. The leader of the corrupt task force was sentenced to 25 years, and another was sentenced for 18.
Vic, Sergeant Wayne Jenkins got 25 years in federal prison earlier today, and moments ago, Detective Marcus Taylor got an 18-year sentence. He gave a rambling speech to the judge. He says he is innocent. He vows to fight this. She says that she regrets that he feels he wasn't treated fairly. She gave the government exactly what they wanted. Again, an 18-year sentence for him. Judge said
18 years? I would have been in that motherfucker like on Dead Presidents after all the motherfucking shit I done did for this country. I'm sorry. Moving forward with the content.
Sergeant Wayne Jenkins to 25 years in federal prison.
You have a gun and cocaine? Probably, I would say 2 1/4 just by looking at it.
The former head of the corrupt Baltimore Police Gun Trace Task Force wept and apologized for crimes that prosecutors say included at least 10 armed robberies, planting evidence, falsifying overtime, and selling $1 million worth of drugs, including prescriptions looted from pharmacies after Freddie Gray's death.
2 police officers were arrested for public corruption charges. From my understanding, what these officers were doing was stealing the taxpayers' money. They would arrive late and leave early, but they logged.
This is an unbiased platform. I'm not going to let them just shit on the police and the police is the only ones taking our money. You council members are taking our money. You city officials, you government officials. These streets are fucked up. I damn near lost my life on my motorcycle because of a fucked up street. It's dark. I hit a pothole. Me and the bike went in the air. My front rim got bent. My goddamn seat got fucked up and tweaked. My handlebars broke on me. I damn near lost my life. But we pay all of our taxes, right? I'm paying my taxes. I go to work. I pay my taxes every day, right? But I almost lost my life due to piss poor performance in the street. Let's go.
Their hours completely different and take advantage of overtime pay. This is stealing the taxpayers' money. Supposedly, they've made over $120,000 doing this.
Federal prosecutors say it was a years-long scheme to fraudulently obtain overtime money. Money they say was federal funding to support highway safety programs like sobriety checkpoints. Former Lieutenant Daniel Griffin and former Sergeant William Robertson allegedly arrived late to their shifts and left early and falsified records.
To create the impression that they were working the entire overtime shift, Griffin and Robertson ensured that their co-conspirators all entered the same false number of hours worked into the system and entered false citation times.
Let me stop him real quick. Fool, that's normal. That's normal. I'm sorry, that's normal. It's people at my job that clock in at their house and them motherfuckers know they live an hour away before they get to the property. You feel me? I clock in at the property. But I've worked places where people will tell somebody, hey man, clock me in real quick. It's just a little clock on the wall. You boop slide yours, boop slide they badge. They come in 15, 20 minutes. That's normal. That's normal. You crying about some bullshit. Excuse me.
To make it look like they were working the full 4-hour overtime shift, when instead it was something less.
U.S. Attorney Andrew Lelling says they profited to the tune of at least $120,000 in taxpayer money.
These 2 Columbus police officers were arrested or in jail for federal drug charges. The FBI arrested them. The thing that's very interesting about this is these 2 officers are actually narcotic officers and now are being placed in jail for federal drug charges.
2 Columbus police officers are in jail on federal drug charges.
NBC4's Catherine Ross is live at police headquarters with what we're learning about this FBI investigation.
Yeah, Hattie and Matt, good morning. Well, so far we haven't learned too much. We are expecting to learn the details about those cases when the officers appear in court later today, but so far the city and the Division of Police here have not released any information. Now, here's what a source confirms to our NBC4 anchor, Carrie Charles. They say that officers John Koczkowski and Marco Marino arrested on federal drug charges by FBI agents on Tuesday. Both officers are part of the narcotics division at CPD. Now, according to state prison records, Koczkowski is being held in the Delaware County Jail. Marino is at the Correction Center of Northwest Ohio. Booking information for both does not include the charges that they're facing. Now, the two officers are scheduled to face a judge today, and that is when we expect a lot of those records and details in these cases to be unsealed as well. But for now, live in local for you in Columbus, Captain Ross, NBC4.
This police chief was sentenced because he was protecting drug shipments. He had an oath to protect and serve.
Whoa, not the chief. We see this in movies all the times. It's always that high-ranking officer. Y'all remember that movie with Martin and the white dude? They were national security, and they were trying to tell him, no, man, it's a dirty cop. Oh, no, he's clean, just to find out it was a dirty cop protecting everything. The premises and the basis of a lot of these movies they give us, that shit is not fake. That's real life shit. These ideas, they don't just phantom them. They don't just phantom dragons, motherfucking unicorns and shit like that. That shit was real at some point in time or came from somewhere. These people ain't.
And the way he goes about this is by protecting drug shipments. He said that even if he could go back, he wouldn't stop doing it. He made way too much money.
Major developments in another big story we've been following for months. It was sentencing day for his former police chief. Donald Solomon told Undercover.
Fuck all that. He said it was worth it. I made way too much cash money. He said he made too many yens. He had all the yams. He had the pounds. He had the pesos. He had the francs. He had the cash for your ass. And he told them to their face, if I could, I'd do it again. I like him.
He was the best cop money could buy, and now he's going to prison for it. Channel 11's Alan Jennings is live with the video that led to his conviction and the punishment that was handed down today. Alan.
Got slammed, Vince. 11 years, 3 months. Stood before the judge and apologized to his children, the FBI, law enforcement in general, for violating his personal and public trust. The former East Washington police chief left the courthouse. His public defender attorney told him not to talk to me.
Whoa. He just said he made so much money. He had a public pretender. I would have been in that courtroom. They'd have been like, sir, how do you feel about what you did? I would have looked at him like Ice Cube. I'm nigga, fuck all y'all. Now send me to my jungle, bitch.
David Hickton, meanwhile, called the 11-year
Order my commissary to get this shit going.
The videotapes showing actual drug transactions where he was using his uniform, his police car, and operating in a fashion to protect the transaction and then escort the perpetrators to Interstate 79 was beyond chilling.
Here's that FBI surveillance video of then Police Chief Don Solomon meeting with who Solomon thought were drug dealers. They were actually FBI agents and FBI informants.
Purchased law enforcement tasers for a purported drug dealer to use those tasers in collection activities. Were shocking to say the least.
During a year-long investigation, secretly shot FBI video also captures Solomon delivering his intentions to make thousands of dollars protecting cocaine dealers. And that's not all.
I'm just saying. Drug dealers need protection too. I'm just saying.
There was another line that captured some attention where he was asked if he wanted to continue in this type of behavior, and he said, hell yeah.
I wish I could just watch live sports at home for a great price.
Not yeah. Hey, sir, would you like to continue in these activities? Well, hell yeah, Bo.
Solomon took about $7,800 to protect the alleged drug dealers.
Oh, that's it.
He'll be sentenced to federal prison. He's going to be allowed to self-report, and he asked the court if he could take part in prison ministry when he gets there. When he gets out of prison, he'll be nearly 70 years old. Live on Grand Street, Alan Jennings, Channel 11 News.
And that he said, I'm the best money Best cop money can buy? Well, all the money in the world apparently can't keep that cop and former police chief out of jail.
There's a new police chief in town, just 6 days ago on the job, and is already taking action, already charging multiple police officers, 6 days on the job, and 6 officers getting ready to be charged. This man got his new role and seriously is making an impact on the community already. Let's hear what he has to say.
Yeah, the shoe did drop on some of these officers today who apparently were surprised at their homes and taken into custody. At least one of them apparently caught on the highway as Michigan State Police.
I damn near thought that was Charles Barkley.
Followed him from a certain location. The chief did manage to take himself and his wife to the Ypsilanti State Police Post to turn himself in. He rolled out slowly and without comment in his Chevy pickup the former chief of police, Mike St. Andre, and his wife, Sandy. Both charged, but free for the evening.
I'm kind of glad it's over.
He's only been on the job for 6 days now, and already Robert Dickerson has suspended 4 officers for misconduct, and today saw his predecessor, former Chief Mike St. Andre, charged. But several days ago, Dickerson wanted to take stern action.
I was ready.
You gotta watch out for a motherfucker whose last name is Dickerson.
To terminate him last week. However, because of the fact that they were given the direction, as I told you on the phone last week, they were given the direction and the supervision from the chief, and he basically approved the stuff that they were doing on that investigation.
Action News has learned that 4 of the 6 officers charged today are the same 4 members of the Romulus Police Special Investigations Unit who were suspended without pay for 30 days last week.
If you guys enjoy more criminal or judge videos, drop a like and subscribe.
So, ladies and gentlemen, again, for that one irate fan out there, you see where our great tax dollars are going. You see that our tax dollars are going into the pockets of people who aim to stereotype and harass, to rob, to false imprison us, to lie on us, make fictitious statements just to meet their quota. And then you ask why we don't trust the police. Then you ask why we have such a bad taste in our mouth for the police. Well, this is more proof why they're a little ginger snap. You know, I'm assuming you are a cop. And if you are a cop, with the utmost respect to you, I just want to say, fuck the police, okay? All right? So, Slim Gang TV, like, comment, subscribe. As always, I'm going to bring you news you can use. I appreciate it if you hit that notification bell so when I drop this issue, you get this ish. And as always, follow the drip. This way, not that way. That way over there, the cops are robbing you. They're making fictitious statements. Swearing under oath is the truth, knowing they're a lie. These are where our tax dollars are going, ladies and gentlemen. If we don't stand for something, we'll fall for nothing. Like, comment, subscribe, and follow the drip.